Okay, let us start. Where are you from, Osaki?
Yeah, I'm from Japan. And
Okay, welcome.
Hello.
well,
Hello.
Okay, is it your first time in this meeting?
no, I think it's in a second or third time, but I think it's a little bit interval cause like time differences, and so yeah, this is yeah. So
Okay, so thank you all for joining. I will share my screen. Okay, so Jimmy Alberg had submitted pull requests about the data format. So I have merged them since it was okay. So what we have now is I have added a reference to the RFC to add the definition of the words shall and should that we have used in the specification. So I think we can approve this one.
Yep, I'm happy for that to go in. I've already done approval.
Okay, strike.
But I approved it, so that's okay.
Okay, so so what should I do to
I'm just checking. Can you hear me?
yes.
Oh, good. Well, since you've got an approval already from me, I think it's okay just to merge it. Or if it won't let you merge it because it's your own pull request, I could click merge instead, I think.
Yes, so what should where should I go to merge?
I think that'll just be on the conversation tab, isn't it? So you're on the commits tab. If you go to the conversation tab, just to the left of commits, not that row, down a bit, below the green button. So you've got the green button, there's conversation tab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is there a merge button there?
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, then next pull request was about the name of the specification. So currently in the document there are many there were many different ways to name the specification. So What I was proposing was to have a name open chain telco as one specification and to refer to it in a short name as a telco SBOM. So instead of saying telco standard SBOM or profile of SPDX. So there was one remark that the long name could still be telecommunication group SBOM specification.
I put that comment in, but having then read what you'd done for the pull request, I understood better, because it seemed to me like when you said long name and short name, I thought you meant a long name of the specification and a short name of the specification to refer to the specification throughout the document without having to type the whole long name out again. But I see what you've got is the short name is referring to the name of the SBOM, as in a compliant SBOM,
Yes.
and therefore it makes sense that the long name of the full name of the document includes that short name because it is a specification of the thing with that short name. So okay. I withdraw my comment about the changing the longer name. So I think what you got here is generally good.
Okay. So so what you told also is that there was a missing word.
Yeah, if you go right to your last change. Let's see, what line was it? Hang on.
Okay.
It's on line 67. Sorry, not 67. I was talking about 167. I'm still pre-coffee.
Yeah, I have it. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So the things we have to discuss was well, one of the topics was about signing of the SBOM. If we check we have a section SBOM verification, so what should we say here? Should we require 6 store or leave it open?
I don't feel like I'm able to comment on that one at all. For a couple of reasons. One is I'm not closely involved with the telecoms business enough to be able to have an opinion on what the industry requires. And the other is that I don't know enough about signing and 6 store as well as to whether that should be an actual requirement. I suppose it could be a recommendation. You've added the reference for shall, should, etc. May, but that doesn't really add too much if we just make it optional.
I don't know enough either. I can certainly ask people's opinion and post a comment about it.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Well, one thought is that we just had yesterday a meeting of the Open Chain Tooling Group, and that was an unusually well attended meeting because there was notification up front that we're going to discuss a particular topic. So possibly what we should do for this is post something on the mailing list saying we want to discuss this as a possibility in a particular meeting and see whether we get more people turning up to express their opinions.
Okay. Yes, another topic that is not resolved is in section 3.7 about when the SBOM is to be created and how this is indicated. So we say here that there are 3 possibilities: generation before the build, during build, or after. And what should we say here? Should we require one of these 3 values, or add more values, or phrase it differently?
I think this is a much more complicated question because if you got something that's being built from source code and being built from existing libraries, then you have different answers depending on whether you're referring to the source code or the libraries. It also raises the question of what you do if you combine 2 SBOMs into one that are built at different times.
Okay.
I'm wondering whether this is a good thing to have or not, basically. I'm wondering whether it makes sense to leave this out as a required item for this version of the specification and leave it for future scope. So you could change 3.7 because it currently requires two types of information. One is basically the date stamp of when the SPDX SBOM was created, which is covered by SPDX. You can leave that in and remove the information about the relative phase of the build cycle. I don't know.
Sorry, I try to find something.
Just checking, are we seeing internal or external Nokia things at this point? Because you're sharing your screen.
Yes, I was trying to find. There is somewhere a document listing all kinds of SBOM, runtime SBOM and build time SBOM and source SBOM and things like that. Perhaps we can.
Anybody else have an opinion on this?
I don't.
Okay, so I will ask on the mailing list what people think about that. Okay. Perhaps we can go through the whole document to see if there are different, if there are things missing or to see if you have comments. Okay, so are there comments on the definitions?
It's been too long since I read it, to be honest. I was just looking at Jimmy's suggested changes relating to file format and data format, and I can't remember whether he's done a pull request to address that.
Yes, he made a pull request, and I have approved it.
Okay, so does that mean his issue is addressed now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
He here in the definition of data format, we say that data formats are SPDX, CycloneDX, or SWID, or other formats, and in fact, in the rest of the document, we speak about the different formats in SPDX. Because in SPDX you have tag value, you have JSON, YAML, etc. So he thought that it was confusing, but yes, I have included his pull request.
Okay.
So here we say that we use the ISO SPDX since well, we might change that in the future, but there is a version 2.3, but which will not go to ISO, and well, the version 3 of SPDX is not yet stabilized, fully stabilized. It should be this year, but not yet, and we don't know when it will go to ISO, and we don't know when the tools will be ready. Okay. So here I had proposed a mandatory list of elements. So I don't know if you want to add some more. I included mostly what is mandatory in SPDX and what is requested by NTIA. So I don't know if something else should be added.
With regards to tag value, I think
Yeah.
it would be nice if the rationale gave a reason why tag value was selected rather than one of the other formats.
Yes, in section 362.
Yeah.
So what would you like to add?
Well, I don't know what the rationale was for choosing that particular format, which is why I thought it'd be nice to have that rationale in the document. So I'll open an issue on that. I don't have a suggestion to put in at this point.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have the section of on build information, so we already discussed. So on the timing, we say that the SBOM shall be delivered no later than the software itself. So for the scope, we say that the SBOM should contain all open source software, including transitive dependencies, and that it should contain all commercial components. It's not always possible to do so.
We need to add a lot of verification and reference material, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. It's almost empty everywhere. Yes, if you have a suggestion for that, it will be good. So I think the two major points are this verification and the build phase, and yes, to include some more verification, reference manual material, and rationale. So apart from that, what should be improved in the document?
I'd be happy calling it a day there.
Sorry?
I'd be happy calling it a day for this call at that point. Unless everybody has specific suggestions of changes to make.
I don't have anything else. I can ask about those two issues offline and provide some feedback.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you on the next call then.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you all.